Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of the ObiDatti Family Program. Okay, you already know this is ObiDatti Family TV. Just in case you stumbled on us, just do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel already and follow us on our Facebook pages, okay, at ObiDatti Family TV. All right, you already know this is the place where you get the latest updates surrounding the candidacy of Mr. Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti. All right, that is who we report on this program. All right, so just do well to follow us and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a thing. My name is Prince Kachi, that is P Catch, and with me in the studio I have other ObiDatti Family TV members. We have Loretta Ibu right here.
Good evening, everyone. Good to have you.
Yes. And the beautiful Joy.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to have you.
Okay, yes. So today we have about 3 topics for you. And we're going to be starting with the first topic, which happened yesterday. Just yesterday, the candidate of the Labour Party, that's the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, had a meeting, a Zoom meeting with all the support groups. Yes, with every ObiDatti support group out there, and we have learned that there are about 1,000 ObiDatti support groups out there. And yesterday, Mr. Peter Obi had a Zoom meeting with all of them. We're going to take a short clips from that meeting so that we show you some of the things that happened during the meeting, and we'll come back to discuss. Take a look at this.
I'm contesting this election because I'm the most qualified. And I want people to come out and say what is there. Let us put everything we have on the table. We are looking for hiring the next managing director of the corporation called Nigeria. And the only way you hire a managing director to run your company is to look at his past. Where is he coming from? What is the educational background? Which schools have he passed through? In terms of all people contesting this election, whether it's for one day, I've passed far better schools than anybody. It is not about degrees you earn. It is about education is about the exposure and where you've passed through. I passed through the best schools anybody can think in the world if it's in terms of education. I'm a businessman, a successful businessman who have worked hard and built my business. I'm a corporate person. I've served as director and chaired corporations. I've been a governor. One that when I finished in 2015, I became the best governor in terms of implementing MDG, which is the global measure to measure development, which is what China, India, Vietnam, everybody applied to put their people out of poverty. And above all, I'm the only one who left money. So if you say you want to fight corruption, let's go to where you served last and know how much money you left, whether there's anything you left. So that let's know what is missing there. I left money, which I could have taken like every other person. I have no single land allocated to myself, my wife, or my children, or anybody. I've been one person who is serving today, whose wife and children is not involved in anything he's doing. They face their little jobs, earning their little pennies, and live their normal life like every other person. Every other person have turned the whole thing into a family affair. But I've not done that. So I'm applying for this job, knowing fully well that I have the capacity to do the job. And the mayor tell them, the biggest, Peter Obi says every day, the biggest assets of Nigeria, physical assets, is the vast uncultivated land in Nigeria. If I'm given the opportunity to serve this country, the North will forever remain something that they will know that they have voted somebody they will forever remain grateful and proud of, because I'm going to change the North. Those vast land Nigeria have today, over 50% of its fertile, arable land, or cultivated. No other nation in the world can say it's not like that. Not one. So we need to cultivate it. We need to deal with it. I don't want to go into it. So if they're telling you is where I come from, tell them that you have somebody who is coming to change Nigeria.
Wow. That was the meeting Peter Obi had with all the ObiDatti support groups that held yesterday night. The meeting lasted for over 2 hours. And it started quite late in the night. Of course, ObiDatti Family TV was represented, and we participated all through the meeting, and we also broadcasted on our YouTube and Facebook channels. Okay, so it was quite an interesting meeting with our principal, Mr. Peter Obi. Joy, please, can you just give me some of the highlights, some of the things that interested you at that meeting?
It was the way he answered those questions. Like the questions was coming, it wasn't stopping, it was coming back to back. And even when the moderator tried to stop some of the questions, he said no. He said no, like he wanted to call, he wanted to answer, he wanted to give answers to all those questions. He was ready. And funny enough, he wasn't tired. Though we see that we saw that tiredness and everything on his face and everything, but he said no, he's going to answer the question. That was the amazing part of it all. That was it.
Yeah. And what about you, Loretta?
Okay, I must really commend him for his effort that he has been tirelessly. He has really done enough. Like when you fix interviews, he's always there.
Exactly.
We've never had a leader who is not shy or afraid of coming live on TV with the citizens of the country to be interviewed. That's because he's someone who is transparent. He's free. He's not afraid of, oh, what if they ask me a question from a perspective where I know I'm not free? I'm not free. I know I'm corrupt on when it comes to this very issue. I have not managed public funds very well. He's not scared of what people will say. He's always available when it's time for an interview. I must really commend him for that. And we have heard from him. He has said it with his own mouth that these are the things he's going to do. When you talk of his educational background, he has it. When you talk of good character, he has it.
Exactly.
So he would even tell you to go and verify. He would ask you, go and ask other leaders who are saying, oh, they want to be the leader of this country, of this nation, Nigeria, if they've been able to manage public funds before. The audacity with which he even say that is second to none. He will tell you, I have managed public funds before, and not even a dime was found missing. I really commend him for all of that.
And there's another thing I saw there. You know, for me, I think Peter Obi is not just a politician. He is a leader with a father figure, a leader with a father figure, because he's one person out of all the candidates. He's one person I've come to understand that he has the people within, like he has the people in his heart. He's ready to do anything for the youth. He's ready to do anything to bring everybody together, and I really admire his.
Another thing that amazes me about the man Peter Obi is his consistency. Okay, you see some of the things that he said yesterday night are things that he has said repeatedly, over and over again. So you see that the man has a vision.
Exactly.
Okay, he has a plan of what he wants to do, of what he intends to do. He has talked about this vast land in the north and how he's going to turn around those vast lands to produce food, okay, to make use of those lands that are just lying idle in the north. And he keeps talking about it, and you see that this is something that he is ready to do. And Peter Obi has traveled wide. He has traveled around the countries. There was a time he was touring, Europe, touring England, Africa, touring around the world, discussing with world leaders, discussing with people in the economy, trying to find out how the things are working over there. And these are the things that he wants to replicate in Nigeria if he is given a chance. So the meeting yesterday was quite strategic, talking to the support groups, because this is the structure of the party. In any party and you don't have support groups, that means you don't have structure.
They lack structure.
You know, I said it sometime in this program that it was going to be discovered that Labour Party had the biggest structure.
Exactly.
in these elections. Imagine over 1,000 support groups.
Wow.
Yesterday, there were over about 50,000 people that joined on YouTube alone, okay, because it was also broadcast on YouTube. Wow. And then about 1,000 people on Zoom.
Wow.
You know, so it was quite big, it's quite large, the support that Peter Obi is getting in these elections, and it doesn't stop there, okay, because we are still soliciting for more support. In case you're out there and you're wondering, should I vote for Peter Obi, should I support Peter Obi or not, there's no other person that you should support. This is the way, this is the way everybody is moving right now. Every right-thinking Nigerian, that is moving towards the Peter Obi candidacy. All right, so Peter Obi also said yesterday that these meetings they're going to be recurrent, and they're going to be coming up at least twice or 3 times every month. Okay, so this is just the beginning. This was the first, and there's going to be another one coming up in the next 2 weeks. All right, so we look forward to the meeting coming up in the next 2 weeks. Talking about people that have drumming up support for the candidacy of Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti is Pa Adebanjo. Yes, he's the leader of the Afenifere group. They came out some time ago to declare support for the candidacy of Peter Obi. Just recently on Arise TV, Pa Adebanjo restated the support of the Afenifere group for Mr. Peter Obi and, of course, his running mate, Yusuf Datti. We'll take a short clips from that interview and we'll come back to discuss. Take a look at this.
ObiDatti campaign. It's the only man who can unite the country. Anything outside it, you are dividing the country the more. Write it down, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a passing message. At 94, how many of my age group are alive? But we must warn you people. You can't have a united country where you discriminate against a section of the country. If you want us to separate, let us separate in peace. You can't say we are together and you discriminate against that. Obi will get there and discriminate. The man who can hold the country today forward in unity, let's Obi there. That is running man there, fantastic fellow, intelligent, hardworking, progressive. Obi is the man to unite the country. Obi is the man to say, whether you are Igbo or Hausa, it doesn't matter. What is matter is that the strength of Nigeria. And if anybody listens to me, unfortunately, how many of you are remaining? The type of Nigeria that we fought for is the only Obi that can carry it out, and his running mate. They can see into the future. All the past misdeeds and all that, forget it. We want to move forward. Obi's administration is not only changing the personnel, we want to change the system. Whether Obi wins or not, what will be the benefit of Adebanjo? What I'm expecting as my funeral judge. What I must say is for you people, if you turn a deaf ear to me, you will be the sufferer, not me. I will enjoy myself in the grave. But those other people, open your eyes. You're not allowed to be carried away by money, by anything, or by any propaganda. They have plenty of naira and dollars to spend. Obi candidacy, we have no money to spend, but we spend our ideas. That this country must be better for you. For people like you, the young girls and young women, let Nigerians take up their taking cabs. Forget electricity. Obi is your right man. He's the man for your age. that can carry the young men of this country. I have seen enough to taste that. I have seen enough, and I know enough of all other these candidates.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Can you imagine Pa Adebanjo saying these things? He's not afraid of what anybody's going to say.
At all.
You know, he's sure about what he said. He said it before, and now he's saying it again. That the Peter Obi candidacy is the right thing for Nigeria. Joy, please, can you just share with us what you got from that video?
For me, I think it is crystal clear that even the blind can see that the only person that is suitable for this job is Peter Obi, who does not want a good thing, who does not want a new Nigeria, who does not want a good life. Before now, we have been living, the present administration of this country is something else. In fact, we are in coma. And we have seen that Peter Obi is the only person that can bring Nigeria out of this coma. So who would not want to go for the right person?
Yeah.
I think the man is right.
We know that the Afenifere is a Yoruba group, okay? It's the leaders of the Yoruba ethnic group, okay? And like he said in the video, he also said that he is not speaking for every Yoruba person, but he is speaking for the Afenifere, which he is the leader, okay? Some people will say, why is he supporting a particular political party? You know, that the Afenifere group should have just been non-partisan, okay? And, you know, at least support everybody. But they are certain about what they want to do and what they want to achieve. They are not beating around the bush or playing politics with the future of Nigeria. They have gone ahead to say, this is the person that we are supporting, and we stand by him. Just recently, we saw Tinubu get endorsement by another leader, ex-leader of the Afenifere. That was in a bid, you know, to see if Afenifere would now adopt him, but it was already too late. And that is the reason why Pa Adebanjo came up to say this and restate that it is Peter Obi that the Afenifere has decided to support because they have seen in him the capacity, okay, to turn the fate of Nigeria around. And he also said in that video that he's 94 years old, okay, and that if you take him to his grave, that he's going to be enjoying in his grave. So he was saying that, he was just trying to say that he's not doing this because of himself, or because of any gain or anything that he stands to gain, okay, that it is for the younger generation. And he has said it is in our hands now, that if Peter Obi is not elected in 2023, that we are going to bear the consequences. Yes, those were his words, that we're going to bear the consequences. So it's for our future. If an old man is saying this to us, I don't know. If you're not listening, then you may have a hearing problem. Because if an old man, he said it in the video that he fought for this country. Okay, he's 94 years old. He's older than Nigeria with over 30 years. Okay, so he knows better. He should know better. Okay, Pa Adebanjo should know better. And to think that he is not supporting another Yoruba man in the person of Bola Tinubu or the other Yoruba candidates in the race, but he has decided to throw his support, not just for him, for the Afenifere group, to the candidate of the Peter Obi's candidacy, of course. It's quite outstanding, and there is something that they have seen that we should see too. All right, Loretta, do you want to say something about this?
Yes, you know, there is a popular adage that says that what an elderly man sits saying, that as a child, even if you climb the top of a mountain, you won't see it. So Pa Adebanjo, he has seen the future of Nigeria with Peter Obi, and he's making it known to everybody. He's giving his fatherly advice to everyone to make sure you vote. This is an opportunity for Nigerians, and it's something we should not even trade for anything. Because he's not doing this for himself. He's old, which he said. He is old, so this is for the future of Nigerians. It's for the youth, it's for our children and the unborn generation. And he has advised that we should seize this opportunity, because Peter Obi is not like other persons who would say, oh, we are waiting for the election because we have the money to spend, we have the dollars, we have everything to give to buy the votes. But he has the idea which he is selling. So he is intelligent. He has everything, all that it takes to lead this country, and he has given the advice. So for me, I'm buying this advice.
Yes, we are buying that, and we are also selling the advice to you, and we hope that you buy it too. Yeah. Talking about buying and vote buying, Adebanjo also mentioned that some other candidates are planning, okay, to buy your votes, to buy candidates, to buy the electorate's votes, okay, on election day. But Peter Obi, he doesn't have that money to buy votes. Okay,
he's not even thinking. He's not thinking to that
exactly.
direction. He's not. It has nothing to do with him. We have come to understand that the candidacy of Peter Obi, it has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with this is for me. He's the kind of person that is hard for everybody, and we have seen him that he's a very transparent man. We have seen him that this is who he is. He's a very competent man, and for me, I think we should buy the idea. We should just go for Peter Obi and nothing else.
Yeah, that's another thing that Adebanjo said in that video, that Peter Obi is the one that can unite Nigeria.
Exactly.
Okay, we've seen Nigeria broken. Nigeria is broken and very polarized. We are broken around ethnic and religious lines, and Adebanjo has said that Peter Obi is the one to unite Nigeria. We have heard him several times during the campaigns and the rallies and when he talks. And he said, don't vote for me because I am a Southerner, or vote for me because I'm a Christian, or vote for me because I'm an Igbo man, or whatever, but vote for me because I have the ideas. I'm capable. He was just selling himself in the video that we saw earlier on why we should, vote for him and elect him as our president. He was just saying that every CEO, okay, would have a portfolio. In that meeting that he had yesterday, he was like, every CEO has a profile, okay? And he was reading out his profile, his academic background, his achievements, his being in government, how he was not corrupt, and the award that he got as the best governor according to the MDG, and leaving billions of naira in the bank for the states. How many people have this profile in Nigeria? How many of these politicians have this kind of profile? That is to show you that Peter Obi is an exceptional man. And he's the one that is going to unify this country. He's the one that's going to change the fate of Nigerians and, take us away from poverty and elevate Nigeria to that exalted position which it was known for in the past. Okay, we just hope that you guys are listening and you do the right thing on election day. So just get your PVCs, go ahead and get your PVCs from the INEC offices, and make sure that you're ready to vote, because elections are not so far away anymore. Exactly. We're in November, and in February, just about 2 months' time, about 2 months or 3 months to go, we'll be going for the elections. All right, we'll take our final story. The governor of Benue State, Governor Samuel Ortom, has described Peter Obi as the finest candidate in the presidential race. Can you imagine that? Governor Samuel Ortom, bear in mind, is a PDP governor, okay, and he has served 2 terms now in Benue State. And for him to, to be saying this about the man Peter Obi, you have seen that this is no more about party. Okay, it's no more about party, but about qualification and about the capacity of the man Peter Obi. If he could get that kind of acclamation from a governor in the PDP, that says a lot about him. But we're going to take a look at that video, and we'll come back to discuss. Take a look at this.
Remains your state, and we're happy you have visited our 2 paramount rulers, the Totiv and the Ochi Doma. It's not easy. I think this is the first time a presidential candidate is visiting our 2 paramount rulers and taking time to pay homage to me as the governor of Benue State. We appreciate and commend you for this gesture. And to say that we remain grateful. Our prayers are with you as I always say, it is God that crowns. John 3:27, I say again, a man can receive nothing except is given to him from above. But if it were given to human beings to judge, I think if Nigeria needs to make a choice, you are one of the finest candidates that we have in this country. In terms of education, in terms of character, in terms of performance, in terms of reaching out, in terms of accommodation, in terms of being a pan-Nigerian, in terms of industrialization and passion to ensure that our country is liberated from where we are, out of insecurity to security, and out of economic woes to economic vibrancy. Let me say this again. Where we are in our country, Nigeria, today, we should not be looking at party. We should not be looking at where someone comes from. But we should be looking at the capacity of a personality that will be able to deliver us from the mess we are in Nigeria today. And Peter Obi, from your antecedents, you have the capacity. If I were God, I would have said everything, but I'm not God. So it's difficult for me to say it. But I admire your courage, your capacity, and your commitment to the well-being of our people. All that I can say, the God that sees the heart, let him bless you. And the God that sees the heart, and the God that crowns, if it is his will, let him crown you. Because it is not a matter of party or structures or anything or where you come from. If God decides that it is you, nobody can stop you. I said it before. If I were not in PDP, Peter Obi would have been my candidate, and I would have been there with him. But I'm in PDP, that is my handicap. But my prayers are with you. God bless you.
What a speech. Wow, wow, wow. More confirmation that Peter Obi is the man for Nigeria, okay? And we've heard it from Governor Samuel Ortom that Peter Obi is one of the finest candidates in the country. And he also went ahead to say that this is not a time to play party politics, and it's God that crowns, okay? And he prayed for Peter Obi that the will of God be done in his life. Joy, what do you have to say about this?
For me, like I said before, it's an handwriting on the wall, and it is crystal clear that even the old, the young, the infant, we have seen that Peter Obi is the only person that can restore the glory of the country. Why then are we drawing back? We have no reason to stand out. We should all come together and stand for him, because he is the only one. In fact, for me, like the governor of Mr. Governor Ortom said, he said that he's looking forward to see the three major candidates come together in one agreement to allow Peter Obi win. Definitely me, I'm looking forward to see that, because for me, he is the only person that should just consider it and say, we can't do this, we are old, we are tired.
Exactly.
Let's just let Peter Obi win. And that's what I'm looking forward to see.
Loretta, please, I would like to hear what you have to say.
Okay, I think this is a confirmation, another confirmation, like you said, because this is not the first time I've listened to Ortom speak about Peter Obi, and he always speak well of him, regardless of the fact that he's from the PDP. So it's a confirmation that they know he's the right man for the job, but some of them, I feel they are constrained because probably they are leaders in these other parties. But I know, one thing I know is that though they don't want to come openly, but on the day of election, they'll end up voting for Peter Obi. Because they are not ready to even play with the future of Nigerians. So I believe they are giving their support. Exactly. Even because we have lots of supporters of this obedient movement who are from other political parties too. Yeah. Though he's trying not to come straight, but I know he's in support of Peter Obi. So, and I know we have lots of people who are going to give their support to him because obviously is the best candidate for the job.
Okay. If Governor Ortom says it, then I believe it. Okay. If Adebanjo says it too, I believe it. Okay. So from the mouth of 2 or 3 people, the truth is established. So I believe that we are listening to these people and we know the right thing to do, and we are going to spread this word. If there is a neighbor or a friend of yours that is not yet obedient, show them these videos, okay? Show them these videos, talk to them, keep talking to them. Don't give up on them, okay? Because Nigeria is for all of us and we have a role to play. Peter Obi needs your votes to win the election. He needs as many votes as he can get. All right, so we believe that you had fun watching the episode today. This is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. But please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so at ObiDatti Family TV. We are also on Facebook at ObiDatti Family TV. We're also on Instagram, on TikTok. Please follow us on the same name, ObiDatti Family TV, so that you don't miss a thing, okay? All right, so we come your way again next week. My name still remains P. Catch. Have a good evening. Bye for now.